Welcome back from that short commercial break. The business edition is still continuing. Now looking at another story here, the Uganda Railway Corporation is going to embark on renovating lines between Kampala and Mukono, and then Kampala to Port Bell. That's in a way of integrating the transport here in Kampala town. Let's have a look at this very story that was done by Rona Nahawe.
Kampala's disjointed transport network, largely covering road and rail, has eventually opened up room for reserve and market utilization. Commuters aligned to railway transport and along Kampala's operational rail network, Kampala-Namave Corridor, Port Bell and Chengela, taxi and border users have all been targeted in the latest mobility partnership between Uganda Railways Corporation and two hybrid transit companies, that is Safe Border and Easy Matter, to their final destinations.
Starting April for the next 6 months, I think to October, we shall be renovating the line between Kampala and Mukono. So when that is done, we shall have that extension. The other route is Kampala-Port Bell, that we are planning to have as soon as, actually, I think in the next few months we shall be communicating. Kampala-Chengela, that is catered for under the African Development Bank loan, and then that we can also give it another 6 months for it to manifest.
The integrated transport agenda envisions a transport grid linking railway, road and marine. The current transport partnership that commenced in October 2022 has informally been operational since January, although there still remains interest over integration of 3 involved parties and alignment of commuters to the service.
With URC, we are doing an end-to-end integration. So in the app, you will book a train ticket, and as part of that booking, you will also book a seat on a taxi that takes you to your final destination. When you're using the app, you don't have to do the integration yourself. It's just one booking, one payment. And when you reach the final stop, you will see an Easy Matatu, a branded Easy Matatu, whose number plate and driver you have in the app. So the passengers, once they reach Namamve, they off-board the train, then they board the taxi without any payment that takes them directly to their destination.
Current rail passengers. So because of that, a lot of the awareness programs on ensuring that these customers using the rail are aware of the additional service.
The evolving transport ecosystem with ride-hailing startups like Safe Border, Easy Matatu and Uber are changing the same informal transport system, and the business venture shall be a prototype for Uganda's transport restructuring. Rona Nahabwe, Smart 24 TV.
Yeah, that's the Uganda Railway Corporation over there trying to renovate all these lines that the railway lines that people are using in the form of transport over there. Now looking at another story here, I'm seeing the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, has criticized the European Union countries for exporting banned products to the low-developed countries here in Africa. He was like, all these products are, after getting banned over there, they tend to export them here in Uganda and give us cancer. So he was very bitter about that. Of course, he made the remarks while speaking. He made these remarks while speaking at the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific Parliamentary Conference that happened in Brussels. That's Belgium. Let's have a look at this very story.
The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, while speaking at the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific Parliamentary Conference happening in the Belgian capital, Brussels. He called out the European Union members and the UK, criticizing them for selling chemicals that are banned in their countries to the developing countries.
That if we made a resolution or communicated as a team, as one unit from here, and we are telling the European Union, be transparent. We are all human beings. We all have red blood. You don't have blue blood. And for us, we have red. The milk that can kill an European can kill an African. The pesticide that can cause a cancer to an European can cause cancer to a Caribbean. So why are you allowing dangerous products to be manufactured in your union and be exported to other countries?
He continues by saying that some of these banned products are brought into the developing nations through the umbrella of donation to the poor, children and refugees. Most of these developing countries do not have the same research net like developed nations to know that the chemicals imported are poisonous.
Some of this milk comes in form of donations to poor countries, to poor children, to refugees, and it's coming from the European Union, what they cannot take. If you send it a refugee, someone who has nothing to eat, nothing to drink, how will you tell them about sovereignty?
As they say, ignorance is the worst disease. David Chomukama, the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Agriculture, has urged Ugandans to be cautious when dealing with chemicals. He has emphasized that one should not practice agriculture without the proper knowledge, because in doing that we are killing ourselves by using chemicals we don't understand. He further advises that not all animal and plant disease symptoms should be treated.
Eating antibiotics in most of the meat and eating pesticides in most of the plants that we are eating. I haven't heard anybody talk about it so much. It's a terrible thing. Of course, somebody will say it is the fault of the Ministry of Agriculture. Why? Because we lack extension workers. Why? Because we don't enforce standards and qualities. Why? Because everybody, unfortunately, everybody in Uganda thinks that because animals and plants don't speak, they can treat them. So, I would say yes to some extent, but I would also say no. It goes back to the structure of the agricultural sector. Why?
One of the few restrictions placed on exporters who export banned products is the Rotterdam Convention on International Trade in Hazardous Pesticides and Chemicals. This requires a country to share information about the dangers of their banned chemical exports with the importing countries, which allegedly is something that has not been happening. Bronya Katsime, Smart 24 TV.
Thank you very much. These has been the stories that we managed to compile in our weekly bulletin, and we have tried to again have a recap of them, of the very stories again here on Smart 24 Television. This very program called Business Edition. Remember to get us on all our social media platforms. That's Twitter, Smart 24 TV Official, and also on our YouTube, Smart 24 TV Live. You can as well hook me on my Twitter account. That's at Pedison Mombere 5. Let's meet again next Sunday on the same very show. Bye-bye.